Hello and welcome to Discraft's 30th CCR Open, fueled by Great Lakes Disc. I'm Chili, here with my friend Alex Moser. He's a fellow teammate at Great Lakes Disc and also the co-tournament director. How you doing today?
Doing good, man. I'm really excited to watch this footage. I haven't had a chance to really go through everything yet, but as far as I know, looking at the scores, this is going to be one heck of a round.
Yeah, it looks like great shooting happened here. It's a fun place, Birchfield Park. They're starting off on Renegade's Trail. It's going to be some hot action.
Yeah, Renegade's Trail is known for having more OB lines than a 3-year-old's coloring book, so there can be a lot of OB shots, and if you can keep it clean in between the lines, you're going to have a good score.
Yeah, definitely. You got to keep it in the fairway, keep on moving around the course. All right, let's take a look at the players.
Up first, we have Vanessa Van Dyken, not quite a Michigan local, but she does spend time here.
And then we have Shelly May Lay coming from California.
Then we have Canada's own Chantel Budinsky, also known as Miss Frisbee.
Very nice. And Michigan local, Lizney Messner, is rounding out our card today. All right, let's take a look at hole 1, par 3, 293. It's a long left-hand turn uphill. The basket's nicely nestled up here on a little bump, if you will. Good air shot will get you up for a chance at the birdie here.
All right, we have our 924 feature FPO card. Leading us off, Lindsay Messner.
All right, a lot of players here are going to try to do this nice big wide spike hyzer for a righty or a lefty forehand.
Letting go a little early here.
A little sawed off. I can't tell you how many times I see that happen on this course.
Sure, yeah. You really got to commit to the shot and get it up and out.
It's a little intimidating because you seem like you're going straight uphill, but it really only plays about 15-20 feet above the actual tee pad, but it seems more intimidating than it is.
Yeah, and it's kind of a long, drawn-out shot before you make the break at the end.
There's that big wide spike hyzer you were talking about, Chili.
There we go.
A
Little short, but she's got a deuce putt.
Yeah, it looks about a 40-footer. Looks like Vanessa is grabbing a high-speed driver here, probably going to play that low skip shot, kind of get as close to that knoll as possible that the basket's sitting on, because you don't want to leave yourself too short because it's a little scary to run.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And Vanessa's sending one. Looks like it's a little chopped off to the left.
Yeah, I think it's going to give her a good little putt right there, probably 25 short.
Yeah, she kind of squirted through. That worked out for her. See what Shelly May has.
And Shelly May's really just popped up on the scene this year. She had a good showing at Goat Hill early in the year, so this is kind of exciting to see her all the way from California.
Nice, yeah, and I didn't really know who she was until today. Nice looking drive. Yeah, perfect play.
Perfect shot right there on the knoll. No fear having to run that putt.
Looks like a little bit of wind out here.
Yeah, between the wind and the OB lines, this course can get real sneaky on you.
Yeah, and the rough is pretty punishing as well. So
almost as if it's a natural OB if you go in there.
Nice putt.
Chantel from range right there, no fear. I personally think it's scarier to run a putt on a basket on a knoll like this because it feels like it's elevated, but then if you hit it, it's got so much potential to roll away.
Yeah, you got that inertia coming off of the hill. Yep.
Shelly May with a tap in too.
Making it look routine.
It's like it was easy, natural, like something she's born to do.
Well said. Lindsay taking her time here.
Nice little easy cleanup. You don't want to rush those. It happens to the best of us. We rush those putts, don't think about it. Next thing you know, you're taking a bogey.
Never Everybody's worst noise, donk. And just a routine tap in by Vanessa there, around out the hole.
There's that wind you were talking about. You can see the flag already starting to move.
Yeah, we'll take a look at the flyback on Chantel's putt.
And a nice little body English assist by Shelly May.
Nice. All right, taking a look at hole 2.
Hole 2 is around 385 feet. You're going to have OB on the right side of there's a road, and you're going to have OB on the left side of this center shul right here, and then natural OB left, right, pretty much everywhere around the basket. A lot of players are going to try to push that corner. You don't want to get too greedy off the tee pad because it's very easy to take a 4. Ooh, Chantel pushes it a little bit too far right, and there's that natural bush OB I was talking about. She's going to have to fight to save the par.
Shelly May sending one down there. Let's see if she hits the gap. Well, coming up a little short. That's going to be a challenge getting around that corner.
Yeah, that corner probably plays about 320 to get there on a hyzer. A lot of times players will try to push it, and they come up short, and then you're really fighting.
I think Vanessa's got the power to get it out there.
Yeah, it looks like Vanessa went with a slower disc here, some possible mid-range, and just sort of kind of playing for the gap just to take the par.
Yeah, that's a smart play, setting yourself up for that upshot.
Lindsay with a nice little approach here, up under the basket for the tap-in 3. Looks like Chantel was lucky enough not to push too deep in that push.
Kind of textbook form on a patent pending there, huh?
It's well done.
Shelly May taking a stab at it. Oh, gets caught up a little.
Looks like Vanessa's giving it a nice little up. Just take an easy par, call it a day.
Shelly's going to attempt her step putt here.
And she's probably around 53, 54 feet from right there.
Oh, that looked like it was going in.
Great run. Good line.
Yeah.
Looks like we'll have all tap-ins here.
Yeah. You know, you ever play around the outside of this hole to the left? I know some players will play that forehand in the screen.
I mean, I don't have that 400-foot forehand power, or I'm not left-handed like my cohort here.
Yeah. Lefties rule.
Yeah, I'm more of like the Vanessa style play here. I'll take a par in a tournament any day, because every time I want to get greedy, I'll push the corner, and I'll either be too straight or I'll end up in the bush.
Yep, that's honestly, a lot of players do well by just playing that par and playing it smooth right down the middle here.
See, if I do take the forehand, I'd throw the forehand to the gap and just push it in there about 10, 15 feet in the corner, take a 60-footer, and then tap in.
Right on. All right, let's take a look at hole 3, par 4, 480. Nice little tunnel off the gate, and then you got a long open area you're going to manage. Probably a couple shots to get down here on the green, and then it's a neat little green with this kind of sunken basket area and a little pothole. Adds a little bit of challenge at the end with a kind of downhill approach.
Yeah, and then also everything to the right of those big pine trees is out of bounds. So if you don't really set yourself up for a good approach, you can possibly turn it over, and that simple par or birdie has now turned into a bogey.
Yeah, it's amazing what the OB just making the players stay in the short grass does to a player, like mentally. You know, you really have to focus and make sure you're throwing a good shot, controlled.
Yeah, there's those OB lines on the left right there. They really don't come into play when you're going from the short pad here. But the biggest thing you don't want to do is hit that first small tree or pine tree right off the tee pad. That just really stretches this hole out and brings that OB around the basket in.
Yeah, and the OB wraps around the back, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Correct. Vanessa, nice play. Good little hyzer. That's the perfect landing spot. Easy forehand in. Lefty hyzer in from that point.
Yep. Thanks for being politically correct there, buddy.
I do what I can for you guys. Shelly May, same shot. Perfect where you need to be. Those two trees that Shelly May is at is roughly about 315 from the tee pad, which only gives about, 180 to 200 feet approach.
Yep, looks like all these ladies were in manageable position for sure. So,
And the biggest mistake you can make on this hole is hit that tree right there on the left-hand side of the basket, because that's still going to put you about 60, just outside circle 2, I believe.
yeah, making it a challenging putt.
It's a perfect tree placement when you think about it. It's just there enough to really get in your head, and it shouldn't, but it does.
Makes it a true golf shot, All right, Chantel throwing one up there to the edge of the circle.
Vanessa giving this a little spicy bid. Get right there in the bowl. Should be a nice tap in. How you like those rock wall back there, Chili?
I like it. Look like they got faces on it.
Lindsay comes up a little short. It's really hard to tell your power level when you're putting down at a basket. It's very rare to see any basket placement like this on any course.
Yeah, there's definitely some unique greens around here on the Renegades Trail, which makes it a fun course too. Kind of challenges you with different shots as you're coming in on the green.
Looks like we got a couple more tap ins here to clean up the rest of hole 3.
Yeah, I like the CCR logo back here in the back on those signs. It's a cool new logo.
And hear that wind. Makes these 10-15 footers feel that much scarier.
Yep, Vanessa making routine work of that. Carding the birdie.
Lindsay should just tap in the par right here. I know it's a par, but it feels like it hurts you a little bit when coming into this one.
Yeah, this is one of the more scoreable par fours for sure.
Here we are coming into hole 4, 254 feet. There's a little bit of a dip about 3/4 the way down the fairway, and then back up to about a 10-15 feet rise. This basket placement's relatively open, but actually getting there can be tricky. There's trees lining the right and the left.
Chantel lining up with a forehand here. That's a typical play for a righty on this hole.
Yep, you're going to see a lot of forehand dominant players using that forehand. I feel the turnover for a righty is a little tricky, especially in the wind.
Yeah, it definitely has a bit of risk if you're going to play that.
Looks like our third forehand here.
Yeah, taking her time. Sending it out there pretty good.
There it is. Nice, and it's about how you want to do it.
Yeah, edge of bullseye, it looked like.
Looks like Lindsay's coming in with the turnover. Got to get under those trees. That's money.
Well played. Little overshot, but still got a putt. And that's the risk of going Anheuser, right?
Yep, getting flat and going long.
And you got to control that speed, and makes it difficult. That's a good upshot there by Vanessa.
Now Lindsay's going to have a little bit of a downhill putt. Yep, I was figuring if she was going to lay it up or run it. You can hit that basket and roll 15-20 feet in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I don't think the camera's really showing the angle there of the green that she was dealing with.
Nice putt by Shelly May.
And we'll have some tap-ins to round out this hole.
This also plays as the second easiest hole in the course at about a .25 under par.
Nice. Yeah, that's should be it. I mean, when you play this hole, you kind of, this is one you expect to get the 2 on for sure. And look back at Shelly May off the tee. Great form on that forehand, and we know she parked it. All right, let's take a look at hole 5, par 3, 327. This hole's grown in a little bit over the years, and definitely still has that outside hyzer line for a righty, kind of flying in, giving yourself a chance at the birdie. It's pretty much the main line, I'd say, on this
There's that low skip shot if you aim right towards that pine tree, but you got to keep it low and hope it jumps.
There's some local knowledge for you. I was local in Lansing for a while. About 5 years I played up there in the CCR club.
Okay, and then you took on off and moved.
Yeah, for work I went down to Ann Arbor.
I think they call that greener pastures. Is that how that works?
Yeah, I'm not sure they were greener.
Looks like that wind got a hold of Shelly Mays here. There is an OB line that comes into play over there. I believe she may have hit that OB line. I'm not sure.
Close, yeah. I'm not familiar with where the lines were this year.
Oh, Vanessa's a little inside. She can get past it, and she catches up.
Oh, that looks like it ended up OB as well.
See, that's that low skip shot. If she misses that pine tree, that's it. Perfect.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
And a nice little roll towards the bucket. Nope, Vanessa's still in. She could have possibly aced the short basket if it was there.
Great approach.
And a little tink off the pole.
It's Shelly May lining up here.
Looks like Shelly did not find the OB over there. That's good.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, the edge of that tall grass is where the OB line comes in.
Yeah, it cuts you off from the other hole. Ooh, just a little high there.
Lindsay knowing it's going to be a hot day, so she's just keeping it in the shade.
Yeah, that's what pros do. It's good planning.
It's well thought out.
How do we look on for scoring on this hole?
So hole 5 actually shocked me a little bit. This actually played 0.3 over par. So essentially, if you take a par on this, you're getting strokes on folks, and then that birdie is a good bit of strokes on folks.
Nice, yeah. Yeah, she really made it look easy off the tee there.
Well, that was nice. Shelly May let Vanessa use her disc to tap in. That camaraderie right there.
Yeah, always great to see. Look back there at Chantel.
Coming into hole 6, it's a par 4, 644 feet with OB everywhere. As the flyover comes down, it looks like they're taking the inside line. That sand trap that's going to be on the left-hand side of the screen is out of bounds. And then you're going to see on the far right-hand side, another OB line starts right about here on the right-hand side, and then the OB on the left ends right before that shul on your left. Once you get up to this basket, it's another basket in a little divot. It should be approachable, but it's hard to push that birdie here and try to keep it clean and not out of bounds.
Yeah, the OB on this hole really makes you have to plan your shots. Really is a golf hole that, takes some strategy.
The biggest thing with this wind, if you go with that turnover, you want to make sure it holds, and then you clear that bunker, and that is beautiful.
Yeah, great
That's
shot.
ideal.
Yeah, sitting pretty.
Shelly May taking her time, not to rush anything. I think that's the biggest mistake new players can make, is they get anxious, they rush themselves off the tee, and that's where mistakes are made. So big kudos to her for being able to take her time and knowing exactly what she wants to do before she throws.
Yeah, it's critical to have your mind made up on what you're going to throw in the execution of it. That was a great shot to clear the OB. That was pretty risky to take that shot.
Super risky, but nice little skip over the sand, and it's going to be a tight approach with those big trees that Lindsay's going right into, but still, it's not out of bounds. It's better than inbound.
Yeah, and you said that OB pushes down to the left a little, so still kind of forcing that player to stay in the middle.
Yep, you can see the flags on the far right-hand side of the screen on that last approach and kind of see where that line comes into play.
Yeah, it's interesting how you kind of have the broken segments on each side of the fairway.
What they did was they took those OB line and then pushed it to the right towards a fence and a road over there.
Okay, that makes sense.
Vanessa with a nice little approach. Gives herself about a 80-foot look at the bird.
Chantal playing one high up into the trees. Not sure that's where she was trying to play it.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. Big swooping turnover. If it holds, came out.
Yeah, that's the frustration you deal with on this hole is those big trees tend to really get in the way if you're out of position coming into this green.
Yeah, there's only about like a 50-foot wide gap right here, right where Shelly May is. Other than that, there's trees all above you that can just knock you down and hopefully not send you out of bounds.
She's played this hole really well. I mean, she put herself in the position she needed to. Nice little skip there.
Very nice skip. Lindsay going to give this a run here to save par. Comes up a little right, but it's still a good safe run.
That was a good bid there by Vanessa.
A nice little bird. Little bonus birdie.
Oh, just a little overzealous, hitting the band. It's such a frustrating thing.
It's one of those putts where it's that basket being in that knoll. A lot of these players aren't used to putting down like that, so it's kind of a cool little feature. It can be frustrating, I know from personal experience.
Yeah, from time to time you see the players that'll take a knee to kind of level off that shot.
Yeah, I believe Paige Pierce is definitely one when she's putting down. She'll drop to a knee, kind of get level towards the basket.
Yep, that was one of the players I was thinking of. Good job. All right, that brings us into hole 7, par 4, 630. It's playing as the hardest hole on the course today. Definitely is that way. It's a strategy game on this hole. Got to get out here, put yourself into a good position. That way, as you approach this green, which is a kind of tough little bottleneck into a very unique guarded green. Taking some strategy, some skilled shots coming in here. And you see the basket's just nestled up on this knoll in this pocket of trees. So
looks like Shelly May got a good pull on this one. You do want to finish a little left to give you a little bit more of a good second approach to get in towards that basket. It's a tucked in bottleneck, like you said. Not to mention there's an OB line that runs all the way down the right side and left side of the hole.
Oh, getting a little right here. It's going to make it challenging.
Oh, I think that second tree may have saved her because she turned that over a bit.
Yeah, it had some steam on it. Lindsay playing it a little more conservative down the middle here. She'll be happy with that.
Flip up, flip up.
Yeah, it has trouble on it. Yep.
Looks like she found that OB line, which I do believe that is the first OB for these ladies this round.
Yeah, that's impressive to stay in bounds for so much of this course already.
6 holes without an OB is great.
Yeah.
And what Chantel is doing right here, she is allowed to bring her lie backwards in the line of play towards the basket to give her a little bit more of an opening approach here. So she doesn't have to take that 1 meter off the OB line. She can bring it as far back as she wants.
Yeah, great that you pointed that out, Alex. A lot of players don't know that you can do that. Utilizing that rule can really come in handy for you.
Oh, looks like she pushed it. She may have passed the second OB line and be back in bounds.
Vanessa puts some heat on this and gets a good bounce.
Good tree out. It looks like she was going for the mouth of it.
Shelly May sending one down here. Let's see, does she get back to center? And she does.
Nice approach. Ooh, Lindsay pulled that a little wide. If it gets around, oh,
Cutting through.
well done. I do think this basket placement's one of my favorites on the course. It's kind of tucked in this little cove, got some guardian trees all in there, and it brings the whole approach game in to where you really got to hit your line because you can come up early or short, and then you're looking at least a 40, 50-foot putt for the par.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it looks like Chantel did find the OB on the other side. So now she's just managing this hole at this point in time.
Just want to get up and down, minimize the extra strokes.
Right, damage control, right? That's the phrase.
And then one thing Chantel did there that I wish she would have done differently, when you come in off that out of bounds line, with the new rule, you can take a meter in any direction. So she could have took the meter in towards the basket and gave herself a little bit easier of approach where she wasn't so far under that tree.
Yeah, give her a little better angle, I agree. Shelly May sending one up there.
Now this is just outside circle one, probably about 36 feet. You can see the orange paint just barely in front of her right there.
Oh, yep, just off the top there.
It's another reason why this is one of the hardest holes in the course.
Yeah, once you get here, you still got work. Yeah, Vanessa can't connect either.
Great par.
Yeah, that's a good putt by Lindsay there.
Fantastic par. That's strokes on, folks. Like I said earlier, this plays as the hardest hole in the course at like 1.15 over par.
Yeah, so more than one stroke over par, you're definitely getting strokes on the field there.
Shelly May pretty much played this perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Center cut, bullseye, tap in par.
Yeah, if there was a recipe written for this hole, she just did it.
Nice little form check on Vanessa. Coming into hole 8 is 230 foot. Definitely not the longest hole in the course, but potentially one of the more dangerous. There's an OB line that runs all along the left-hand side of a swamp right there, and it just makes for a tricky shot right off the tee pad.
Yeah, this hole's pretty intimidating. You want to get this birdie, but there's a lot of danger, all these trees.
Oh, see, Shelly May's happy she hit that gap.
Yeah, she got up there pretty far. Not quite what she was looking for.
But still a safe tree there.
Yeah, didn't get bounced into the swamp, that's for sure. Nessa playing one wide gets punished. We'll see if she ended up hitting the OB line there.
Nice little wide hyzer. Missed the first tree, but it's still going to put her up on the flat and give her about a 70, 80 foot look for the bird.
Let's see if she can connect. And send it out there for a bid. Just not quite enough.
Good, it was safe. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You can see the basket. There's a little bit of a drop off about 15 feet behind the basket towards an OB road. So whatever you do is you don't want to push it super long here.
Oh, Shelly May, good bid there.
Shelly May looks so excited to be here. I don't think she is yet to not smile.
It's great to see a player having that much fun, you know. That's what we're all here for.
Great par save.
Yeah, well done.
She was able to mitigate the tree hits from the 1 to the par.
Hate to see it.
Vanessa going to clean up that bogey, and I believe we have 2 more tap-ins for par.
All right, players are just tapping in here to finish out. That'll be heading into hole 9. All right, take a look back at Lindsay's form here.
Very smooth, not overpowering anything, and able to hit her line.
Good follow through there. All right, hole 9 here, par 4, 492. You want to play it up into this opening to set you up for your shot into these trees. The basket's kind of tucked back along this little tunnel shot. Definitely a gettable par 4 for sure.
It's definitely gettable. There is an OB line that runs along the road to the right, so you really want to get left after this initial drive.
Nice skip.
Shelly May using the road to perfection.
The further you can get left around this corner definitely puts you in better position.
Yeah, you're better off being left than long, that's for sure.
Yeah. Chantel putting some heat on it. Yep, she's in great position there.
Good smooth throw from Vanessa here. Get a little ground play.
Yeah, looks like it might be the furthest one down the fairway.
And that's about perfect. Oh, Lindsay threading the needles. Luckily, it's a par 4. Should still be able to get up and down for par. This is playing as the 6th hardest hole in the course. So if you can just save a par, you should be doing just fine.
That was a great forehand play into the opening there by Shelly May.
Looks like Vanessa was throwing a jawbreaker roach there. Came up a little early out of her hand. Still should be able to get up and down, but it's very easy to hit an approaching tree here.
Great play by Chantel to get herself up there and probably say get up and down for par.
Yeah, Vanessa's in the middle of that natural OB. It's super thick in there. Fairways are great, but if you're off the fairway, whew.
Yeah, this is a punishing area.
There was a big windstorm that came through the night before the tournament. You see that down tree right there.
Yeah, I do.
Park wasn't quite able to get that down before the tournament started, but they did clear it before round 3.
Oh, that's good on them. Oh, almost knocking that down. Lindsay could putt there.
Shelly May for strokes on, folks.
Another textbook hole for her.
Now, there was only 4 birdies on that hole this round. Amanda Melwicki, Katie Belty, Lauren Butler, and Shelly May.
Very good. This is a fun hole. Definitely, I like it. Even as a lefty, kind of playing a turn around off the tee around the corner and then playing into this green. It's a fun hole.
You can tell it's early. Vanessa still got her coffee going.
Yeah, you gotta get up and going in the round. That's for sure. All right, that rounds out the front 9 for us. Shelly May in the lead with the 3 under, and Amanda Melwicki is up under in second place there. And then it looks like we're rounded out on the rest of the field here.
Yeah, you can see there's not much of score separation between 2nd and 7th, only a couple strokes. Shelly May able to squeak out a little bit of a 2-shot lead going into the back 9. Thanks for checking in. That was the front 9 of Discraft's 30th CCR Open, fueled by Great Lakes Disc out at the Holt, Michigan at Birchfield Park. Thanks for tuning in with us, and be on the lookout. The back 9 will be coming out here soon.
Yeah, get out there and check out Nate Davis Disc Golf. Join us for the next round.